The Supreme Court ruled Monday in favor of energy companies fighting to stay out of state court in their battle against a Baltimore lawsuit seeking monetary damages for climate change. In its 7-1 decision, the court based its ruling on a narrow procedural matter, saying that the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals incorrectly limited its review of the district court's decision, a ruling that nonetheless strengthened the hand of oil and gas companies battling a rising tide of climate litigation. The opinion by Justice Neil Gorsuch comes with more than 24 left-tilting municipalities and states, most recently Minnesota, suing the energy industry to pay for the alleged hit to infrastructure and public health from fossil fuel emissions. The pro-industry group Energy Policy Advocates said the decision serves as another reminder of the importance of the state versus federal jurisdictional issue in the wave of climate litigation washing over state courthouses around the country. According to the group's statement, it said, "All of these suits represent transparent attempts to manufacture state jurisdiction for a previously admitted national campaign to substitute verdicts for a failed policy agenda." The High Court stopped short of deciding whether the Baltimore case should be heard in federal court, however, sending the matter back to the Fourth Circuit for reconsideration. The jurisdictional issue is seen as key to the litigation, with energy companies arguing that fossil fuel production issues belong in the federal courts while localities seek to have the cases heard in state courts viewed as more sympathetic to climate issues. The lawsuit filed in 2018 targeted more than 20 oil and gas giants, including BP, Chevron, ExxonMobil and Royal Dutch Shell, arguing that as a port city, Baltimore was especially vulnerable to rising coastal waters that the city linked to greenhouse gas emissions from fossil fuels. Dissenting was Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Not participating was Justice Samuel Alito. In addition to Minnesota, which filed a climate lawsuit last week, states suing for climate-related damages are Connecticut, Delaware, Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Representative Ilhan Omar took a break from bashing Israel over the weekend to offer an stunning observation about federal budgeting. Representative Ilhan Omar tweeted, "If we can afford to give the Pentagon $2 billion every day, we can afford Medicare for all." Well, it looks like Omar in need of more math classes, because it turns out that her presentation of budget math is totally wrong. Here is why. Omar's budget tweet is in line with a popular genre of argument on the left which perpetuates the myth that if only we weren't wasting money on weapons, we could afford to deliver free healthcare to everybody, and just about everything else. Her squadmate, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, tried something similar a few weeks ago. According to the Congressional Budget Office, we already are expected to spend $19.9 trillion on existing healthcare programs over the next decade 2022 to 2031, which is more than twice the $8.5 trillion we are expected to spend on defense. And according to the Liberal Urban Institute, yet Medicare for All would cost $34 trillion over a decade on top of that existing spending. That would mean that to achieve Omar's vision, spending would be about $54 trillion over the next decade. It would likely be more than this, as the Medicare for All estimate was made in 2019 and prices rise over time. Put another way, even if we were to abolish the Pentagon and zero out defense spending, it wouldn't even cover 1/6 of the cost of sustaining a Medicare for All system.